I wake up in the morning, exhausted and unsure of what had happened last night. I try to piece together the puzzle, but something just isn't adding up. How did I end up back in my bed at home? I look around to see what is around me, and I can't find anyone. I begin to replay the night back in my head to maybe figure out some pieces. Earlier in the day, around 3 p.m., I was laying in my bed after class and work trying to prepare for the night ahead of me. As I was looking through social media, I see all the posts about the recent murders and kidnapping going on lately. Following the stories were several steps for women to stay safe and avoid these terrible situations. How could a person do this to a living soul? I was getting ready at my sorority house with all of my friends for the big party of the year happening that night. After putting on costumes and trying to find the perfect fit for a perfect night, I began to remember all of the things I saw on my phone earlier that day, trying to remember all the steps for caution. I didn't want anything to ruin this perfect night. Eventually, the time had come, and everyone was ready for the night that was to come. In celebration of such a special night, my friends and I made a drink for all of us that was oh so yummy and had me feeling happy. When I arrive at the party, I see a variety of costumes and people dancing with a smile on their face. This is the last memory I have from this night, was dancing with my sorority sisters to UCLA. So then how did I end up back in my bed? I look at my phone to see the time, and it read 9:05 a.m. I text my best friend Collins to come into the room so we could talk. She rushes me into the room and kept asking me if I was okay. In my head, I was thinking, why wouldn't I be okay? What had really happened to me the night before? Collins begins to replay the night for me, asking everything that I remember. She begins to say that I found one of my good guy friends at the party, also in a fraternity, and I began to dance with him. I started to feel sick and my vision got blurry. When I almost fell down, Collins came to my rescue and tried to take me away from the boy that I was dancing with, Ryan. Ryan insisted that he took me home and he could handle the situations, but Collins refused. After fighting in front of everyone at the party, Ryan insisted that he could take care of me in his room alone and everyone else could continue to have their fun for the night. Collins still put up a fight and didn't let me go. She rushed me into the bathroom away from the crowd and gave me a water to sip on until I felt strong enough to return to the party. While sitting on the bathroom floor, we hear a loud knock on the bathroom door. It was Ryan. Collins opened up and told him that I was starting to feel better. He found a spot on the bathroom floor next to me and whispers in my ear, "So do you want to stay the night here tonight?" I was unresponsive and unsure what was going on. Collins insisted that we go home that minute. She ordered an Uber for us so we could leave as quickly as possible. When we arrived home, I started to cry because I had begun to realize what actually had happened to me this night. Collins had saved me from a very dangerous situation and possibly saved my life. How come I couldn't remember what had happened if I only had one drink? I asked Collins. She started to stutter and began to say that things weren't good that night. She came closer to me on the bed and mentioned something about being drugged. But why would someone do this to me if they were so close to me? How could this happen to me?